Sometimes you just need a little touch of madness. And that's what everybody's experiencing right now. It's the full moon madness. And that's the thought of the day. Welcome. I'm John Red Eagle. And this is Life According to Red Eagle. Oh, man. There's some bizarre shit going on, right? I mean, there's people out there that are posting things and getting people all fired up during this energy and playing devil's advocate, they say. You know, it's just the opposite of love. You know, you want to see the change in the world, you're the change. But if you're still playing the same old shit and fucking with everybody's heads, oh man, it's all karma that's coming back to you. So whatever, do your thing. So anyway, that quote from Aristotle is that there's no great mind that has never existed or that has existed without a touch of madness. Check it out. The Seneca Indians also said the very same thing. Bet you didn't know that. Go research it. I posted a couple of days ago about the full moon and eclipses, and what I'm learning now, this is for the information education part of the video, is that we've had recent solar flares. The Schuman resonance has spiked over and over again. Of course, we have the full moon, and we have just had, right before the full moon, the lunar eclipse. It was a partial eclipse on the other side of the earth, and we're going to have the solar eclipse coming August 21st. So it all started August 7th. So these next 14 days, what would normally be the 5 days before and the 5 days after the full moon, when we're feeling the energy of change, is going to expand it to the full 14 days, clear up to the new moon. And you know, we're in a situation here that probably has never come up in quite a while. But one of the things you can do is check out the video from a couple days ago, and then you can also check out my video Back to Basics, because the very important thing for everybody to do right now is to stay grounded and pretty much keep your mouth shut, because you're going to be reacting to stuff instead of responding. Get all the bullshit and the junk and the negativity and everything out of your head, because it's just going to make matters worse. But in the Back to Basics video, not only do I talk about grounding, but I offer a meditation and breathing and everything else like that, along with what is called the White Lightning Orb meditation. And I've used it just recently. I use it with a couple of clients, and I also, of course, use it for myself. And that's what keeps me, you know, pretty much cool, even though some of this shit that's going on. So let me explain what I've found out from different friends of mine on Facebook and talking with people and things like that. This is going on, and maybe you can relate to it, so that you know that this sound of madness, this touch of madness that you're receiving, is all for your benefit. You're not going crazy. And it's all for raising your vibration and releasing old negative stuff from your subconscious, from your shadow, and everything else that is going to be beneficial. This is some hard energy to go through right now. There's people that are experiencing physical pain. I had one friend of mine said that a doctor ordered an x-ray on their heart. Myself, last night, I've been feeling pretty good, but I woke up with cramps and pains in different parts of my body on 3, maybe 4 different occasions. I can't remember. And then they went away. You know, this is all adjustment in our cellular level. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. You can go to a doctor and tell them you have a problem. If you put yourself through all these tests and everything else, and I'm going to say, on an individual basis, probably 90% of you aren't going to find anything wrong, because that's the way energy works. Emotions are running crazy. I had one friend of mine tell me that they were changing a tire on their car, and some crazy woman came up and just started on them big time. Yeah, emotions are running crazy with people, and it just, you yeah, Rudy, yeah, exactly, crazy energy today. And so this is why you have to get into the grounding and the meditation and the white lightning orb that I offer. But with it is also the releasing and the raising of your vibration, like I said, on the cellular level. So you got to kind of keep it in check, keep yourself in check. Another friend of mine, one of my mentors, Joseph, had mentioned too about how we communicate with people. He was talking about how we communicate with our loved ones, the ones closest around us. So we have to take better care of what we say, how we say it, and why we say it, and our intention behind it. And that's why I'm being so nice and so kind on this video, because I want to get in your face. But I don't think that would be very good right now. I'll do that at a later time. So please just understand that what you're going through is only temporary. It's for your benefit. But the really cool thing about it is it's also because the world is changing. We are expanding our consciousness and going from one dimension, the third dimension, through the fourth, to better prepare ourselves for entering the fifth dimension. So, with all of this stuff coming at us, with the Schuman resonance spikes from Mother Earth and the solar flares from the sun and the effects of the full moon and everything else, just basically deal with it. Something comes up and you have to realize that it's something that you have to work on. I just did a video earlier that was called Look in the Mirror. There's so many people that are being judgmental. There's so many people that want to be the devil's advocate and start talking shit. Don't get caught up in any of it, because it's not going to do anything good for you. Those are the type of people that you need to avoid. Basically, they're the plague. They are toxic to you. Get away from them. If you want to stay in their field of energy and take in their drama and negativity, it's only going to attach to your cellular level in a way that you're going to have to deal with it later. Why go through it more than once? Just deal with it once right now. That's what this 2 weeks is about, these 14 days. And I'm sure that I'll be commenting more about it. Listen, I'm not a master of shadows and energy for nothing. I'll give you another example of how things can affect you. I spoke to a young woman this morning. Actually, it's my nephew's wife, and she's new to all of this. She has gifts. So if any of you have gifts of telepathy or perception, clairvoyance, clairaudience, anything like that, actually seeing entities and things like that, please take into account your subconscious and your shadow, and that is all stemmed from what we take in for the first 7 years of our life, but is also generational from everything that our parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents all believed. It's sort of like having a tradition at Christmas. It's something that is instilled in you, that connects with your DNA and your cellular memory and your soul, in which you cannot get rid of unless you do it intentionally. So, what happened with this young lady was she was seeing entities, and there were things that were controlling her. She grew up in the Catholic faith. And one of the things about the Catholic faith is that they believe in demons. I do not, because all souls are equal. Yes, there's some that are better and some that are worse. The thing about entities are, when they come to you, it's usually because of a belief that you have. So you have to dispel and release of that belief. But the reason it's coming to you now is because it's being made aware so that you can release it. This is really important stuff. So take all of this into account in what you're experiencing, because you can also experience it in a physical way through pain and dis-ease. And so anyway, what we discovered about her was that the demon that she felt was trying to literally hold her down was all of those strong beliefs that was generational through her family that came forward, and not wanting her or allowing her to look into her true spiritual gifts and who she really is. And so this might be something for you that you have to deal with as well, because it's something that is very important for awakening and enlightenment. And with that comes knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. If you're in a fear-based state of mind, you're not going to allow that to happen. And that's what she was going through with some communication between her and I. She came into a better understanding. But listen, you always have to have a connection and be open-minded and open-hearted. And when it comes right down to everything that's going on, all this touch of madness and mood madness that's coming in, you have to have that full understanding of being balanced between your head and your heart. There's only two ways of being conscious, and that is in a fear-based reality or a love-based reality. Fear is completely ego, and love is completely spirit, your connection to the universe and the creator, source, God, Jesus, Allah, whoever you want to call it. I don't really care. That's your right to pick that choice. If you are in a fear-based state of mind, you have to ask yourself why. But you can't get any kind of clear answers if you're listening to everybody else's bullshit. So just my number one thing is, like I said, doing your grounding every day, doing your meditation, and my white lightning orb meditation, and stopping the clutter in your mind. And you say, well, how do you do that? That's impossible to do. No, you have to be mindful of it. And you really have to say, I'm going to quiet my mind. If you're actually breathing, you're concentrating on your breathing, thoughts cannot enter your mind. Concentrate on your breathing. So you have to be able to do that as well. Also, being grateful. You can't be grateful and smile and think of good things and be mad and angry, frustrated at the same time. It's just impossible. So, those are just a couple of things that I hope is going to help you get through these next 14 days. And I can't emphasize it enough. Stay grounded. Listen to my Back to Basics video on YouTube. And it's also here on the Red Eagle page on Facebook. You just have to search for it. There were other things that I wanted to say, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And I think you guys got a good idea of how to handle this now. So if you're just catching into this, or if you see it later, please do me a favor, go back and listen to it again. If you find out some of your friends are experiencing difficulties with this transition because of the full moon and the energy over the next 14 days to the solar eclipse, please share this video. Let them know that they're okay, that everything's going to be fine, but they're going through a healing process, and sometimes the healing can be painful. I'm not going to lie to you. All right? So listen. Once again, thanks so much for listening. I hope this has been a good bit of information for you. Listen to the entire video once again. Take down notes. And that's another thing. Journal what you're feeling and what you're going through presently. Because this is only going to help you later on to get a better grasp and understanding of what you're going through. If you need any help, check out myself here on Facebook, or all my friends over at Best Psychic Source. Whoever you resonate with and whoever you're drawn to, Please feel free to reach out to them either on their page or to PM them or get a hold of them through Best Psychic Source. It's a wonderful group of people, including me. So, sorry I had to say that. Anyway, have a great day. Just chill out and know that this too will pass, but it's meant for your highest good. All right? I love you. Namaste, and dare to dream.